Welcome back to the 9th Gym program, and today we are doing another episode of Team Build and Battle, where we build a team and then play it. Makes sense. Build and battle. Anyway, so we are making a team for Series 6 today, and I have in mind Gigalith and Stoutland. I did this a while ago in Series 4 or 5 maybe even like 3 or something, but I used like a support Stoutland with Sand Rush, of course, and then we had like After You, which was really cool for the because Gigalith is slow, and then we also have Surf, which is kind of like similar to the Bulldoze strats, but Gigalith won't be fast because Trick Room. But essentially we'll like Surf, and then next turn we can like go for After You Rock Slides if we want to, or max it and then go for big attacks, like either way. So that's really cool. There we go. Now you can see just about everything. Let me make myself a little smaller so you can see all the stats. All right, cool. So we have Sturdy. That's not what we're going to use. We're using Sandstream, of course. It's like half of his thing. Get that little special D buff, which is pretty good. Special defense buff, not special D buff. You know, like D hyphen buff. Anyway, so we have Sandstream. We're going to go with Weakness Policy here, just so that we can go for that Surf, and then boom, Gigalith is big. So what we got here, Rock Slide is a pretty good move. We're going to use Super Power. It's a pretty good move. And what else is the question? The question is, what are their attacks? So here we are on Pikalytics, looking at some of the most used moves. So we actually have a lot of really good options. So Protect is probably going to be our last slot. So we're going to have 3 attacks and then Protect, with Rock Slide being our stab. Superpower being able to buff ourselves back up after an Intimidate, which is really good. And it's also just really good for like things like PZ. Let's check a quick calc real quick to make sure. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. Couldn't be better. Could not be better. Let me move this down so you can see everything a little better. 101 to 119% Gigalith max Knuckle. This is with a plus attack nature, giving us like probably adamant, because I don't think we'll go min speed here. Maybe we could go with like a Trick Room core as well. That could be a good option. Either way, we're going to go with a plus attacking nature. You know, adamant if need be, but if we're going to go for Trick Room, then we'll just go for, you know, Trick Room stuff. Brave nature. But yeah, look at this. +2 from Weakness Policy, 252 max Knuckle into 4 defense Porygon Z. Boom, guaranteed OHKO. Look at the HP there, 326 to 384. Just to go ahead and verify, this is non-Dynamax, Dynamax. So it is against a Dynamaxed Porygon Z. We take it down pretty easily. Even if it has like everything right, Hyper Beam does not take out as well, which is really good. I mean, this is damage into our non-Dynamaxed, Gigalith. So we shouldn't really have big problems with Arcanine, with PZ. I don't know why I said Arcanine there. So yeah, Superpower is a must. Anyway, for our last attack, we could have either Earthquake or Iron Head. I accidentally highlighted the whole thing. Those are both really good options, right? Because we have different, like, we can go for whatever gives us the best max move. So we'll wait until we know what else we need to cover. Whether it's physical or special defense. We'll do some more calcs and stuff just to make sure. We might need like Earthquake, and also it depends for coverage. So we're gonna leave that be for a minute, but then we'll get back to it anyway. So let's move this back. But yeah, Protect for the last one, and then here we're gonna go max HP and max attack, giving us and then we're gonna go. We'll leave that blank for now, and then our leftover 4 is gonna go into our defense, because our special defense won't get really anything better from a +1 if we add it into there, so it's fine. We're just gonna hope we're in the weather the whole time, but we are like Gigalith is super slow, so yeah, it's good. I could go to min speed for that for Dusclops. Either way, another option, I think I do want to run it with like dual, so like 2 different options, so you have Stoutland or Dusclops for the Gigalith. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So Bulldoze to proc that with Trick Room, Nightshade, and X move. It's probably, I kind of want to go for like dual attack with the Pain Split, which is good. We'll go for Eviolite here and Frisk. I guess we'll work out a new spread. What do we need to dodge? Urshifu. Okay, so Choice Band is really bad. If they have Choice Band Urshifu, they're getting us. Let's see if we can get a Life Orb calc here. I don't want to invest this much into our physical defense. That would be 220 physical defense, which is a lot of defense. That's pretty rough, like, for Life Orb. I still feel like Life Orb is actually pretty relevant, though. And if we go over to Pikalytics here real quick, it's about 50% Focus Sash and then 30% Choice Band. So what we're going to do is we're going to live guaranteed just Focus Sash Urshifu. It might not be the best idea, but I don't really feel like calcing it for Life Orb because I really want to have a good bit of special defense as well. So we're just going to take that down a bit. So yeah, we don't really care about that attack then. As you can see here, I did make it a crit. I made it also physical. Just so you know, it is 80 base power for Wicked Blow. So it is that. You get to see that little bit. Anyway, so Pangoro, and also I changed its attack stat here. 130. It's one. See, it's 130. So it is Urshifu. Even though it says Pangoro, it's actually Urshifu. Anyway, so we live that pretty comfortably. So I'm gonna just like put a lot into special defense. I want to live Charizard attack. Is that doable? It's not really doable. They still have a 50% chance even at max special defense here, like even nature and everything. So we're gonna ignore that as well. You know, Gigalith gives us a much better time against that. You know, being able to like switch off weather and stuff. And just having good rock coverage in general, I don't think a lot of Charizard players will bring a Charizard into what seems to be a Gigalith matchup. So we're probably fine there. So what else do we need to live with Dusclops? I mean, we live Colossal pretty easily. I'm trying to think of things that are like really strong against the team that we already have and what we're building up to be. Because I don't really want to die to like really anything. You know what I mean? And we're safe there as well. So, I mean, we can just... I think most of my builds were doing like 220. Why did it go down so much there when I clicked that? That was dumb. Did you see that? 220. This was what we were playing at one point. And then 36 here, I believe. Right, that makes 508? It does. So, I don't remember what this was covering for. Alright, so we brought up the team from our first little thing here. Our first team that we made in Series 6. I just want to grab this Dusclops spread, right? Like, it's essentially for the exact same team. So, yeah. So here is the spread that we were using on that team. I think it's a really strong spread. I don't remember exactly what it covered for. But 76 plus into special defense and then 180 into defense. I believe it covers, like, Urshifu, like Life Orb Urshifu. Or at least, like, gets very, very close to that. Like, it's probably fine. We're just going to go with this because I don't really want to mess with it anymore. We're going to go 0 here and then Brave. But we might actually not go 0 here because then we're the same speed as Dusclops and we don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to be full here for 40. I think that's probably fine. What did we have before? It was Adamant with 0 speed. So we could go either way there. Adamant with 0 speed. What does that get us to? 30. So that's perfect, actually, because that's underspeeding a Mungus as well. So that is very good. We ran Throat Chop on here before. So that could be an option as well. We do outspeed Dusclops. So if that actually kills at +2, then that's what we're going with. So let's go ahead and run that calc. Yeah. That's what we'll do. This way we beat Dusclops. We have a really good matchup against it then because we go with Surf Stoutland and against like Trick Room. But like, to be fair, they're probably not going to lead Dusclops most of the time. I still think it's something that could be cool. Just leading Stoutland Gigalith into Throat Chop. Boom. It's a max darkness, of course, so we have to max. But with Surf, boom. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to run Throat Chop here. So yeah, Throat Chop and then Protect here. Boom. So we have Gigalith, Stoutland, Dusclops. Looking pretty good. Alright, what else do we want on Stoutland? So at first I was running Charm on the last build. I think it's still really strong. Just give -2 to something. Pretty cool stuff. Now, of course, we don't have too many. Does this get Snarl? Okay, so that's another option as well. So we have after you Surf, Snarm, and Charl. What else? Let's see. What else common Stoutlands are really running? I mean, Stoutland's not a very common Pokemon, as we see here, number 121. Very, very far. Play Rough after you Giga Impact Snarl. Helping Hand, Protect, Psychic Fangs, Yawn, Superpower, and Baby Doll Eyes. I actually like a lot of those moves. I think Yawn could have a really good place here on the team. I don't really want to run like a Moongus, any more slow guys, maybe one more slow guy, but I'm kind of thinking Primarina, and Primarina's a pretty slow guy as well. So yeah, I want to have something though for that matchup. Maybe Ferrothorn could be really good as well. We don't really have any basic typing core like at all. Stoutland doesn't really have any attacks, which I'm not mad with. Like, that's fine. But Yawn works here. I think after you Surf, Charm, and Yarn. I can't talk. After you Surf, Charm, Yawn works really well here. What ability or what item are we going for here? Probably a berry. Maybe just Citrus Berry, I think works. That looks pretty good to me. And then we're probably just going to go for HP. Of course, why wouldn't we go for HP? And then we're going to go minus special attack. This is suggesting to do more damage with Surf. We don't want to do damage with Surf at all. So let's make some Stoutland calculations here. Okay, we're actually going to go for an Aka Berry. There's no way for us to not live that. So Aka Berry it is. Wait, am I the wrong one? That's fighting. What is the Chopel? That's what it is. It's Chopel. I thought it was CH. Couldn't remember. I knew the C was there. Like multiple C's. I guess this only has one C. Still, it's fine. It's fine. Ain't no worried. Anyway, let's do some calcs defensive wise. Make sure we live like Pangoro. And by Pangoro, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Choice band. Apparently, 25% of Dusclops, of Pangoro, of Urshifu. 25% of Urshifus are using choice band. I don't know if that's correct, but okay. Chopel Berry here. Got a Chopel Berry here. You know, like Left 4 Dead. You know. Close combat is hitting a good bit of damage into our 252. So let's just put a little bit of defense there. Make that a 0% chance. Boom. 36 HPs. And then we're probably just going to put the rest into special defense. I think that sounds like a plan. The plan, I am the man with the plan, and the plan is simple. Shout out Ludwig. He's here. He's here with me right now. Just kidding. Special defense at 220, looking pretty good. We'll go for that careful nature just so we can do less damage with Surf. I like that. I think that's pretty good. After you Surf, Charm, and Yawn seems pretty solid. I know we're not doing much damage. That's fine. We have Yawn to keep away the stuff, and then we got Charm as well to be pretty good. We could go a Snarl. Like a fast Snarl is pretty solid, but we don't really need a fast Snarl. Let's do a damage calc for Primarina into Gigalith real quick. I mean, it ain't too bad. 252 plus special attacking Life Orb, Primarina Max Geyser into our 252 HP for special defense in Sand. And even if we get rid of that and put it into defense, still ain't changing much. You're doing a lot of damage, sure, but we're doing more. I mean, as you can see here, we're doing a lot. We go to +2. By the way, we go to +2. We're not doing enough though. Actually not doing enough. Maybe we have to. So for the Primarina matchup, actually, it doesn't kill us, right? I mean, they could double, and that would suck. I think we go for Snarl because looking at this damage, -1, it's not relevant damage, right? That's not that much damage. And then next turn we just after you and bop, that thing's gone. Gonzarino'd. So I think we're going to go with Snarl instead of Yawn. Feels kind of bad. I really like Yawn. I've been a big fan, actually, of instead of Charl. Dude, stop talking. Anyway, after you Surf, Snarl, and Yawn, I think that's pretty good for our Stoutland set. We might have to have Helping Hand, but it's fine. We have all 3 of these Pokemon done. Done. What now? Primarina. We were talking about it. I want it on my team. I like it. I think it's really good. We're going to go with Torrent because we're going to be a Max boy. Max Primarina. Now our game plan is going to be, hey, this guy kills you. Hey, this guy kills you. One of these two are going to kill you. That's what it's going to be. I don't really want any more slow Pokemon on my team because I just want Dusclops as an option. Just like I would rather go for Stoutland. Would rather. I gotta stop talking. Anyway, Hydro Cannon. We'll go with Blizzard. And we'll go with Moonblast. Makes sense. And then Protectorino. Everything has Protect. This, honestly, Stoutland kind of does want Protect, because if it gets faked out, that sucks. But nothing's really fake outing, right? Like, I don't really care too much about fake out. Anyway, Colossal, kind of a bad matchup, right? Like, what do we do? I mean, I guess, like, Gigalith lives pretty easily. Let's see what Colossal does to Gigalith, actually. I'm not really that worried. I mean, max special attacking +2 with weakness policy, Colossal max overgrowth into Gigalith in sand, of course, in sand. But they have a chance to 2 KO. I mean, it's a very high chance. But we take it out with the return. This is Dynamax. We're taking it out with Rock Slide. Get out of my way, sir. We don't care. Also, there's a chance Superpower does as well, which would be then the play, but it does not. So it's fine. We Rock Slide into it. We do 1,000,000 damage. Why does this do so much damage? It's just neutral. This thing just does so much damage. I like Gigalith a lot, if you didn't know. I'm a big fan of Gigalith, especially in Series 6 currently. It's a very strong Pokemon. So now we have Stoutland, we have Gigalith, we have Dusclops, we have Primarina. I want another Pokemon. I kind of want something else that takes advantage of sand so that we have a pretty consistent Pokemon. My first idea was maybe Sand Slash. Now this is goofy, but I think it's kind of cool. We have Sand Rush, a lot of damage. We could even go for like Choice Band. Do pretty good damage. His attack isn't crazy, but at 100 plus Choice Band, not bad. Not actually terrible. This is a full sand team. Then we have this lead, and then we have this aggro play at the end if we want to. So this is a cool idea. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket, however, because it is just mono ground. We want more good coverage here. I kind of want an Arcanine on the team. I don't think it really means like... I don't think we really need it, though, right? If we're going for like this like Trick Room style of gameplay anyway, we could just go with something like a Alolan Marowak. That could be fine. What else works really well? We need a good fire type Pokemon. Volcarona could be cool. Volcarona could be really cool. Oh, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Now hear me out. Quiver Dance and Rage Powder could be cool. Now, obviously, we're weak to, like, Terrakion. You know, obviously, we're weak to Gigalith. I mean, of course, you know, Primarina. We were talking about how Primarina's an okay matchup for Gigalith. But come on now. Do we deal with Primarina well? I think we deal with Primarina pretty well with Volcarona. And our own Primarina and stuff like that. Volcarona, what do you do for us, though? That's the big question, right? You know, Fast Heat Wave after a Quiver Dance is cool and all. Is it hitting numbers? That's because that's really what we want to know, right? Safety Goggles, Volcarona could be cool. But what's it going to do for us, right? Like, Quiver Dance 3 attack? That's kind of what I'm leaning if I'm doing anything there. Do we get Energy Ball? Energy Ball? No? Any grass type move? I didn't say that. Grass. Giga Drain? Solar Beam. This is usually useless moves, but if we're using it as like a max boy, Solar Beam's not that bad, right? Probably Giga Drain though. Like Quiver Dance and then 2 attacks and then Giga Drain. Could be spicy. Could be spicy. We could run Focus Sash on it. Could be spicy. What do we need Safety Goggles for? I was thinking Safety Goggles, like, then we won't take damage from sand, which is, like, fine, I guess. It's a weird team, right? It's, like, kind of weird. Amoonguss, Primarina, Dusclops, Gigalith is a very safe core, though. And then we have Stoutland to give Gigalith some support while also being able to snarl and yawn mid to late game. Stoutland plus Volcarona could be pretty good, getting, well, it didn't have Intimidate, so never mind. That's a trash lead. We have Gigalith, Stoutland. I want something that's just pretty safe at the end of the game. So I'm not really leaning towards Volcarona. I think if I went for something that needs setup, I'd probably go for like a Rotom, but I don't really want to go for like dual water on this team. Preferably, I don't really want that. Volcarona could work though. I'm just thinking, because I mean that gives us basic typing core of water, grass, and fire. Do we really care about that though? Like, that's not a make or break for the team, you know what I mean? But like that could be cool. That could be a cool late game kind of thing. Bring in the Amoonguss late game. Then we have a good fast core as well with Volcarona and Stoutland, and then, you know, not min speed pre, but I don't think I'd want to go for min speed pre anyway. We got a lot of support mon with Amoonguss, Dusclops, Stoutland. I kind of want to lose that engine and just go for more damage. I don't know what though. I want a hard hitting fire type that isn't Trick Room. Hard hitting fire type that isn't Trick Room. Could go with just like the max Charizard, but kind of seems like Charizard's our only option. I mean, Cinderace would be great. Can't use it. Volcarona, it doesn't hit hard, but it is there, right? You can go with Marowak. I kind of want Marowak here. That's kind of what I'm leaning. Darmanitan's an option, not a very good one, granted, but it is an option. We could also go for like AV Arcanine, right? Like an offensive Arcanine. Does that sound too weird? I think it sounds pretty weird, but I kind of want to do it. We can go for Assault Vest, and then we can have another way of proccing. We can go with Bulldoze on that team. Also, I don't know. It doesn't sound that good, especially since we only have 2 Protect so far. Like, these guys can't use Protect, and this won't use Protect then. Ferrothorn, Arcanine and Ferrothorn, AV Arcanine, and Choice Band Ferrothorn. That sounds a little too wild. Sounds a little wild to me. Although another, like an Intimidate is really good. Lay down and Intimidate. Alright, listen. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, this is pretty cool. You gotta admit, it's pretty cool at least. Like, it'll do some good stuff. Alright? Well, Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, extra speed, and Bulldoze. Look, so I know it's probably not the best. But come on, man. You gotta admit it's cool. Alright? You gotta at least say, hey, that's pretty cool. It's at least kind of cool. What do we need this spread to be? It's AV. Can we make AV live PZ? I don't really care about PZ. Can we make it live Primarina? Probably not. I mean, we can at least make it live a Hyper Voice. You know what I mean? That's like pretty good. That's something. That was in Sun. That was in Sun. Ew, I can't live that. Even, I mean, he also put on a Sulfid, yes. Yeah, no. We can live it with Max, actually. So that's actually really good. We'll put, alright, so what do we need here to live? Because then we'll put the rest into attack. 2012 was a good year. I'm kidding. Isn't that like, that's the bad year, right? That's like what everyone calls it bad. Anyway, 2012 252. We still have 4? I guess into defense. That's all we can really do with that. That's a cool spread. I actually like this spread. So we live Primarina if we Dynamax. That's if we Dynamax. But you know, it's a pretty fair to Dynamax Pokemon. Our team doesn't really care that much about Primarina, you know? And we don't care that much about Dracozolt. I guess Dracozolt hits Gigalith really hard. Let's look at that calculation real quick. Okay, I don't care about him. I don't care about that guy. We don't care about Dracozolt. what's our last Pokemon going to be? I said Ferrothorn. I want something with Protect. I don't want to put on Choice Band Ferrothorn. Maybe Urshifu. Like, I did kind of want another fast Pokemon. Urshifu, Dark Urshifu. What do we need? What do we need to beat? We beat the big threats, right? We beat Charizard. We beat Primarina. We beat Dracozolt. We beat PZ. Those are big threats that we have to beat, right? Let's look at this stuff. What do we beat? We have a good matchup against Trick Room. Amoonguss might actually be a difficult matchup. If we set Trick Room, like, obviously Gigalith is faster than it after we set Trick Room, but until then, Gigalith is slower than Trick Room guy. So honestly, it's kind of weird, right? I do want a Grass. What about Zarina? Right? I mean, we don't care too much about, like, Fake Out and stuff, but it's really there for, like, big damage. I guess it just wants Assault Vest too bad. You could go Wide Lens Arena. Alright, look, this is a real weird team. It's a pretty weird team, I'm not gonna lie. But I kinda like it. I kinda dig it. So, Wide Lens, Queenly Majesty. We're gonna go with High Jump Kick because that's why we're using this. Actually, Power Whip as well. Power Whip, High Jump Kick. You like how I'm emphasizing the kick? Why? Anyway, Triple Axle, and then Protect. And then we have another Protect Pokemon, which is good. We want Protect on multiple Pokemon. One of these is not going to come each matchup, probably. So then we only have one of these two. Zarina almost always, and then Arcanine, and then one of these guys. I really wish this had Protect. Honestly, I really wish it had Protect, but it's okay. We're going to go for Attack and HP, and then 4 into our Physical Defense. And then we're going to go with Attack for Adamant Nature. Anyway, I have everything done here except for Primarina. This is going to be pretty easy to do. Special Attack, boom, boom, and boom. And then we'll put our 4 into there. And Quiet Nature. Not actually. We're going to go for Modest Nature. Boom. Boom. All right. This is the team that we have came up with. If you skip to here, I don't blame you. It's fine. You know, you want to see the team and the build and battle instead of me talk about it the entire time. It's understandable. Anyway, here we are with Gigalith, Stoutland, Dusclops, Primarina, Arcanine, and Zarina. Let's go over the team very, very briefly and then play a game or two. So, we have Gigalith, Weakness Policy, Sandstream. You activate Sandstream, and now you are buffed Special Defense. Pretty good. You have Weakness Policy. You have multiple ways of proccing Weakness Policy. Now, you have Stoutland with Fast Surf. It is Sand Rush, so it will be doubled speed with Gigalith as its partner, as long as your opponent doesn't change the weather. You have Sand Rush, which is fast. You have Surf to activate your Weakness Policy. You also have Bulldoze on the Dusclops. You also have Bulldoze on the Arcanine. It's a very Gigalith-centric team. It's going to be a Gigalith team. Gigalith has its, you know, standard components, and then Protect. Throat Chop is here to destroy opposing Dusclops. Makes sense. Its calc is Max Darkness. Takes out Dusclops. Easy peasy. No problemo. We have Stoutland with Yawn and Surf, as well as After You, being able to make Gigalith do a lot of damage a lot quicker afterwards, which is pretty good. We have Zarina to cut down on Queenly Majesty. Fake Outs, not going to be used too frequently, but it is there. Pretty safe, nice little thing there at the end. We have Dusclops, able to set Trick Room, make Gigalith really good, and Primarina pretty solid as well, since it is a mid-speed Pokemon. We also have Zarina, which is a mid-speed Pokemon, so if your opponent sets Tailwind, we can punch them by setting Trick Room with Dusclops. Pretty good stuff. The spread is what I used on a past build. I don't remember exactly what it hits, but it keeps, I think it checks Life Orb Urshifu's damage, which is good, but I don't remember. Primarina here, Life Orb, Torrent, nothing super non-standard, just huge damage attacks. It's going to be a Dynamax target 99% of the time. Most of the time, you're going to bring Gigalith or Primarina to the battle to Dynamax, and then bring some combination of these 4 in the back. Speaking of the other 2 Pokemon here, we have AV Arcanine. The spread is pretty weird, but it allows us to live a Dynamaxed Primarina Super Smash attack from Max Hydro Cannon with Life Orb if we Dynamax, because of the AV and little bit of bulk placement here. 12 or 20 and 12. Pretty bad year. Pretty good stuff here. Pretty cool stuff. Flare, Blitz, Wild Charge, Extreme Speed, Bulldoze to proc Gigalith, of course. We also have Intimidate. There's no point in using any of the other things. Intimidate's just really strong. Then we have Zarina last but not least. We have Wide Lens Zarina making Power Whip hit almost 100% of the time. And same with High Jump Kick almost 100% of the time. And same with Triple Axle almost 100% of the time. Wide Lens is just a really, really good thing for these attacks. So I went with Wide Lens. I also wanted to make sure that we had Protect on here, so I didn't go with AV or anything. We also already had AV on here, but still. Pretty good stuff. I like the team. I think it's really cool. Let's go ahead and play some games with it. Alright, so here we are in the lobby. We're playing against some weird stuff, you know. I guess he's going to be setting with Meowstic, like, because he has potentially Chlorophyll, Executor, and Charizard, which is pretty weird. Gigalith, this just looks like it's Gigalith time, baby. We also have, you know, the Wheezing and Jolteon just to be, like, pretty strong and fast. It looks like it's Gigalith time to me. Gigalith Stoutland, if he goes with Meowstic, then that's fine. I don't really see anything going awry here. I mean, obviously he has the Urshifu that can be pretty strong against it, but then in that case we can just switch out into Primarina or something of the sort. I think we're probably going to bring Arcanine so that we can switch that, make that switch. It's pretty safe. And then, honestly, nothing else is that great. We could go Zarina in case we think they're going to just, like, pop off a Thunder Wave turn 1. Could go Zarina. It does a lot of damage as well, which is good. And we don't really need Dusclops since we're going to go for the Stoutland proc here. So I'm going to bring Zarina in the back. I think that makes some sense. We have Executor and Meowstic. I think he's probably just going to go for Sunny Day and then an attack, which is pretty weird. It is going to be special attacking, I would assume. Could be insanely damaging, though, which is interesting. I think I want to switch Gigalith out, probably for Zarina. It would take it, like, eat any attack really easily, and then we can just yawn the Executor. We'd put on a lot of pressure the next turn with, like, damage into Meowstic. So I think that's probably fine. Maybe we go for Arcanine here, actually, because then we can Flare Blitz the next turn. What's better? I think Zarina's our way out here. So we're going to go for Zarina to pop off. Actually, we could just Max and then Snarl as well, because Max Darkness probably takes out Executor. What does more damage, though? Rockfall or Darkness? Probably Darkness. Alright, we're going to Darkness the Executor and a fast Snarl to keep that Executor down. Executor actually goes for a Protect, which is interesting. He sets Sunny Day. Makes sense. Snarl gets negated. We're going to do a lot of damage here, though, into the Executor and make him not really want to max it that well, which is fine. We can go for an After You now this turn. We can go for a Rockfall, reset the Weather, and then After You. Although now Weather is set for him, so I think we have to just guard and go for a Yawn. I think that's our best play. Kind of sucks. Yeah, that sucks. I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to just, like, guard and Snarl. Drop 2 Snarls could be good. But if you just attack Stoutland, then that sucks, right? I'm just going to do it. We're going to Snarl, make the Executor much, much weaker. Fake Tears and doubles into the Gigalith. Pretty good move. I mean, that's going to kill me next turn, 100%. Just go for a Snarl. I think we just have to switch. Waste our Gigalith. Goodbye, Gigalith. It's okay. You did fine. We have 2 different ways to proc it later in the game anyway. I think it's fine. We'll go for a Zarina or Arcanine. Arcanine will tank it really easily, I think. So then we'll just pop off another Snarl. Pretty easy stuff. Switch into Arcanine and go for that Snarl. Make it pretty weak. He goes for another Max Guard. Fake Tearsing this turn is fine. We're playing very passive. We both waste our Dynamax. We actually got no... Well, I got none. And he didn't really get any, though, as well. I kind of just want to switch back into Gigalith now and go for the self-proc of Surf now. Kind of sounds good, actually. We could... Alright, so we switch into Gigalith and go for another Snarl. Yeah, I'm doing that. We're not going to take much damage. He's probably going to Fake Tears back in. He didn't Fake Tears, so he's just going for damage. Interesting. Expanding Force. Okay, that's fine. And then Max Mind Storms the Stoutland. Alright, so that went really well for us. We can go for a Surf and then infinite damage this turn. I think we just Throat Chop the Meowstic now. Get it out of here. I'm not really worried about the Executor's damage output. Rock Slide is also a really good option. It'll probably just kill both if we Surf. But I kind of want to out After You. Would Rock Slide take this out, though? I think it will. We'll go for a Rock Slide and an After You. I think we'll take it out. It's an I think, though. But that's what testing games are for. He switches to Jolteon, which makes our Rock Slide insanely strong. It's actually Misty Terrain, which is pretty interesting. We missed the Weezing, which is unfortunate, but Jolteon does go down to that, which is great. Stoutland, looking pretty good. I think we're just going to Rock Slide and go for an After You once again. Jolteon, Baby Doll Eyes, that's fine. We're still going to take down the Jolteon, which is good. Weezing is going to do a bit of damage. It taunts the Stoutland. He's figured it out, boys. It's okay. We have Surf. We're going to still go for huge damage here. Executor is going to do a lot of damage, 100%, but Rock Slide plus Surf is looking pretty good, in my opinion. We could have gone for a Snarl again, like Protect Snarl, but this is what I wanted to do. Leaf Storm actually does take out Gigalith, which is unfortunate. Was that Life Orb? It wasn't Life Orb, actually. Maybe it's Choice Specs. But we have Arcanine to fire off a big damage attack. What do we want to go for here, actually? Arcanine and then switch the Stoutland out, I think is what I want to do. Because now Stoutland kind of just sucks. Although, to be fair, Fast Snarls is really, really strong right now. He Leaf Stormed, so the Executor is not a problem. I think we just... Well, it's not Levitate, so Bulldoze might actually be our most damaging attack. We're going to Flare Blitz, though, and fire off a Snarl, a Fast Snarl. The Fast Snarls are going to be really annoying, really hard for my opponent to deal with. He blocks with the Executor, which makes a lot of sense, but we're still going to attack the Weezing. Heh, got him. It doesn't die, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. Sludge Bomb's not going to do any damage to Stoutland at all. We shake off Taunt this turn, next turn. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for another... I think we just attack the Weezing once again. Weezing is going to protect this turn. We attack the Executor and just fire off another Snarl. It's pretty safe, and we actually take out the Meowstic in the way as well, which I think is more important because it's fast Thunder Wave, which is really annoying. Sludge Bomb doing 0 damage at this point. I'm pretty sure we're just in the wake of a win here. Flare Blitz, the Executor. I don't care at all about the Weezing, right? Like, we'll just yawn it for the time being because Surf sucks. Every other move sucks. Just yawn it. I guess we could have continued to Snarl, but there's no way for him to win. He actually hits the poison, but it's fine. Yeah, he quit. So that was pretty good. Let's play another game real quick. I didn't get to show off the power of maxing here for that. Okay, so we've got some really cool stuff on his team. We have Escavalier, Volcarona, and the Flygon. No really way to set Trick Room, which is kind of weird for the Escavalier, but it's fine. You know, we have some really cool stuff on his team regardless. Honestly, his team has a hard time dealing with Gigalith. Not really, actually. He has Lapras, which is really strong for that, and Thwackey and Escavalier. It's not looking like a Gigalith game. It's looking like a Primarina in the back Dynamax late game kind of game, I think. Arcanine could be a fair max, or a fair lead. We have Fast Snarl for the Lapras. I think that's pretty good here. And honestly, I'm thinking Arcanine with Zarina, actually, being kind of interesting. It gives us, like, negation of the Grassy Glide, and actually it makes me kind of want to lead Gigalith. Gigalith kind of makes me want to lead Gigalith, honestly. We're going to go with Arcanine and Primarina. Arcanine, Primarina, Zarina in the back so we can switch it out for Arcanine if he leads Thwackey. And then I think I'm going to go with Gigalith in the back still. You know, we have a way to proc it with Bulldoze. It doesn't have to max to be good. It's looking like it's going to be a Primarina max game, to be honest. But we might switch that up. Make the correct plays on the fly. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so he goes for Lapras Clefairy, which is a pretty fair lead. We'll do a lot of damage into Clefairy. I think, you know, Max Thunder from Lapras shouldn't do too much damage. And we'll go for a Wild Charge into the Lapras as well. We'll take it out with the double if we hit. Honestly, though, Primarina, I kind of just want to get out of there. We can go for a Protect. It's fine. Maybe Flare Blitz into the Clefairy is our best option. We won't take it out, I don't believe. But we're going to do that and then go for a Protect as well. We'll scope out some speed tiers with the Lapras. Not actually. He doesn't even G-Max, which is really interesting. Gravity Sing. Okay. That's cool that we get to see something weird. Something weird. We'll go for Flare Blitz and Blizzard this turn. If he sings my Primarina, I'm not too worried. We'll go for a Gigalith late game Smash. Or even Zarina if that's the way that it has to be. Because the Flare Blitz plus Blizzard will take out the Clefairy if we hit. But Blizzard will probably never hit. But we have Gravity on our side. We have Gravity on our side, everybody. We took it out. Cool. So he did hit. And got a little bit of chip on Lapras. Thunderbolt, or Thunder, gonna do a lot of damage. Hits the Para. Very unfortunate there. Real bad. Honestly, don't want to see that. Primarina is not maxing this game. Arcanine could still be a really, really viable max as well. Escavalier kind of makes me want to max. I think Max Guard is probably going to come out this turn, but I'm pretty confident in living a Hydro Pump from that Lapras. So, yeah, I like that. I think that's the option we're going to go for. Maybe Moonblast into the Lapras, do some good damage. Blizzard still doesn't have bad accuracy, actually. And we could freeze, which is pretty crazy. I think that's what I want to go with, actually, just Blizzard again. It doesn't do enough damage, though, so we might as well start chipping away at the Lapras anyway. So we'll just Flare Blitz in, and then attack the Lapras. I think that's a good play. I'm pretty confident on living a Lapras attack into my Arcanine. Pretty confident. We might eat our words, though. He max guards, that's fine. That's what I was expecting. He sings the Arcanine. That, once again, making some dumb plays. Good old bad plays. It's fine. I'm not too worried. We'll Flare Blitz into the Escavalier again, even though we probably shouldn't. We'll go for a Protect with Primarina, because Lapras is going to target it down with a Thunder this turn, or Sing, either way. Thunder, and let's see the Escavalier. It max Quakes and takes out Arcanine. Pretty unfortunate. And now it has a plus special defense for our Primarina, which is kind of bad, but it's okay. Escavalier, how slow are you? Speed 22, he doesn't have Trick Room on his side. He's probably not min speed, so I'm gonna say Gigalith does not outspeed it, which is unfortunate. We could go for a Zarina attack with Blizzard, actually, so that could be cool. I really want to take down the Lapras, though, not gonna lie. And Arcanine's gone, so we can't self-proc our weakness policy. It feels pretty bad. We can't hide Jump Kick, because we can't be in the air because of gravity. Interesting stuff. That's really goofy. But that's fine. We'll Power Whip into the Lapras, I think. That makes a pretty good play. Could also just go for a Protect this turn. I don't love our position. But we'll go for Protect, and we'll fire off a Moonblast into the Lapras. Hits the Thwackey. That's alright with me. Has Grassy Seed, which is pretty interesting. Scavalier max Flutterbys into Zarina. Hits the crit, which is pretty annoying. And we lose some special attack, which makes Thwackey not die. I don't think it would have killed, though. Either way. But whatever. It's okay. We are the fastest thing on the table now as Zarina. And we should just take out a Scavalier. I'm really afraid it's going to Protect, though. So I'm just going to Triple Axle into the Thwackey. And then fire off a Moonblast into the Escavalier. Because I think it's just going to Protect. So we might as well attack it. We are slower, so I should have just attacked the Thwackey in case I miss. Too late. He didn't realize that Queenly Majesty was on the field. We hit all of our attacks, which is good. He does not actually max guard, so we're not going to be doing any damage there with Moonblast. I probably should have just gone for something else. He Swords Dances, which is pretty crazy. But that's fine. We're going to just go for a high jump kick now. We'll still live, and we'll go ahead for a Moonblast into the Lapras. What's my last Pokemon? Gigalith. We still haven't maxed. We still haven't maxed, actually. So I think I want to just max here. Max Knuckle the Escavalier, and then switch to Gigalith, because then we get a +1, and I don't think he's going to be firing off any big damage attacks into Gigalith here. So let's see if this takes it out. It does nothing, actually. But we are at +1 now, which is pretty good. Blizzard, it actually misses the Zarina, which is really good. Iron Head, not going to take out my newly maxed Zarina. We're going to fire off another Knuckle, this time into the Escavalier once again, and then I'm just going to fire off a Rock Slide, because I think that's really all we can do. Rock Slide will take out Lapras at +2 attack, I believe, and it should take down both Pokemon, but Gigalith is probably faster than his Escavalier. Zarina goes down, and Gigalith goes down to the Iron Head. Rip. What an unfun game at the very end there. That was really unfortunate. It happens. It was a really unfortunate end, actually. What went wrong that turn? Max Knuckle didn't do enough and Escavalier outsped. He hit both of his Blizzard. I think the real one is that he hit both of his Blizzards there. But I think the Escavalier would have taken it out anyway, so it's fine. There's no point in like protecting, stalling here. We're just gonna fire off Blizzard. Maybe he could miss. He doesn't miss. He didn't miss any Blizzard or Thunder. Okay, whatever. It's fine. That's an okay loss. I don't feel too bad about that. So we're gonna just use both of those battles for the build and battle. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Makes a huge difference. Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. And support me on Patreon. 4 things now. Adding things every day. Team, the Pokepaste will be down in the description below if you want to copy this into Showdown and give it a run for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week, and goodbye.